Start to notice your breath. We always begin somatics with bringing the awareness inside the body, slowing down so we can really notice what's happening. Feeling your feet on the floor, feeling the seat underneath you, the support on your back, the hands in the lap. Noticing the temperature of the air on your skin. And then coming back once again to the breath. Breathing in through the nose. Breathe out through the mouth. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. And then let the lips close and breathe in and out of the nose. And start at the crown of the head and scan your awareness down your body. Really notice in especially your neck, your jaw, your shoulders, your chest, and your back. What sensations are present? Is one shoulder a little higher than the other? So without looking at yourself in the mirror, can you tell if you're bearing your weight evenly between the right and left sides of the body, or if you're kind of leaning one way or another? Can you tell if you're sitting back against the chair, if you're kind of slouching forward, or if you're sitting up taller and your back is arched, maybe the chest is thrust out? Are you relaxed somewhere in the middle? What parts of your back are touching the chair? And what sensation is present in those areas other than the feeling of the chair on your skin? Where is there tension? Where is there ease? And keep scanning down both the fronts and backs of your upper body, including your arms, all the way down to your fingertips, and then into your seat and your hips. Noticing what sensations are present in your low back, in your glutes, and the sides of your hips, where the piriformis, the IT band begins, in the hip flexors in the front of your hips. There's a lot going on here in this area, so just take time to notice what sensations are present, what feels tight, what is maybe burning or sore, what's uncomfortable. If you find yourself shifting your weight from one hip to another to kind of relieve some stress or some pinching that might be going on, maybe if you have sciatic pain, and then down the glutes into the tops of the hamstrings. Kind of notice where the hamstrings meet the glutes. You can even slide your hands underneath and feel kind of your sit bones and then the backs of the thighs. So we tend to think of the hamstrings as being, kind of these muscles here on the backs, but where they connect in with your glutes and in with your pelvis, how does that seat feel on your chair? Is it tender? Does it feel tight? And then down the outsides of your legs, the tops of the thighs. Moving into your knees. If your feet aren't resting comfortably on the floor, if you're having to be up on your tiptoes, can you kind of slide your hips forward just a little bit and rest your heels on the floor? Let the knees relax. Sometimes I'll bring in blocks underneath my feet when I sit in a chair. My shins are always just about a quarter of an inch or half an inch too short to rest comfortably with my back against a chair and my feet on the floor. This chair is just about perfect, which I love. And then, of course, your shins and your calves, noticing the outside of your calves. So if you've been walking with your feet rolling in or rolling out, it's going to distribute the tension and the weight in your body a little differently. So noticing the insides of the calves, the backs of the calves, kind of going down into your ankles, wrapping your awareness around the entire ankle, the front of the ankle, the sides with the bony protrusions, and then also your Achilles tendon there at the back of the ankles, maybe lifting the toes and just noticing, is that tight? Pointing the toes, a little bit of movement here in the ankles. And then feeling into your feet. If you have plantar fasciitis like I do, how is it feeling today? How are your arches of your feet? How do the feet rest on the floor? All of these things are connected. So that's why we start with this somatic awareness of checking in and taking stock. I'm going to leave you in just a moment of silence here to complete your scan. And take a few more breaths, just like we began with inhaling through the nose. And you can exhale through the mouth with the lips pursed, like you're whistling, but it's more of a and your eyes can be opened or closed. And then either lifting your gaze or blinking your eyes open. Bring your fingertips underneath your chin. You can sit forward in the chair just a little here and turn your head from side to side. Noticing your range of motion. You can switch hands to rotate the head in the opposite direction. Notice where the eyes land on either side of you. That's a good indication of how far the head is turning. And we're not trying to force anything here. We're simply noticing. What muscles are contracting to turn the head? Where do you feel this? Not just in the neck and shoulders, but in the back as well. Maybe all the way down into your hips. Try and keep the shoulders forward. Don't turn the shoulders with the head. Just notice with the head turning. How does that feel? Lower the hands into the lap and bring one ear down toward a shoulder. And then the other side. And then lift the fingertips to cup the tops of the shoulders and point the elbows up and around. Just draw circles with the elbows, bring them forward, back, out. Repeat that a few times. Notice if you feel any spots that are sticky, if they crackle, pop. And of course, if there's any pain, then move more slowly and make smaller circles. If you're recovering from frozen shoulder or an injury, move very slowly. We're not looking for any pain here at all. Lots of little snaps and crackles for me this morning. All right, bring the hands back into the lap. We're going to start with pandiculation. So scooch forward on your seat so that you're sturdy. And I'm going to turn sideways here so you can see a little better what I'm doing. So the feet are resting firmly on the floor, and if you can keep them on the mat or a non-slip surface, that's great. Flatten my mat out here a little more. Okay. And then bring the hands into a diamond shape at the low back. We're going to work on releasing and bringing some fluidity into our scapula. So the shoulder blades can move up and down, out and in, and it depends on how we're moving our arms. So, and our shoulders and rotations. So bring a diamond shape to the low back, the back of the pelvis. And then on an inhale, draw the elbow points toward one another and open up the chest. Feel the shoulder blades kind of pinch together here on the back of the body. And then exhale, slowly release. And the release is very intentional in somatic yoga, very slow and smooth. We'll do that one more time. Pause here first, relax. Take a breath. And then squeeze the elbow points toward one another. Feel a stretch across the front of the chest and the contraction and the muscles there between the shoulder blades. To the count of 8, this time we'll release. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the arms hang heavy at the sides. And just take a breath. I'm going to go ahead and turn my chair back around now that you've seen that demonstrated. So stay forward on your chair. Let the arms hang by the sides. Now we're going to release the back and stretch the back and bring the tension into the front of the shoulders and the pectoralis muscles. So let the arms hang by the sides. Turn the palms towards the wall behind you. And then see if you can turn them even further out and away from you. And you'll feel the 2 points of the shoulder curling up and in, and the tension build here and charge on the insides of both of those shoulder joints. Squeeze gently. And to the count of 8, release. 7, 6, 5. Keep counting at your own pace and notice if there's any little twitches or if the movement feels jerky or if it's nice and smooth. This is the nervous system learning to let go and release. Take a breath. So flex those fingers again. Turn the palms behind you and see if you can turn them out and away. Bring the 2 shoulder points toward one another a little bit. Maybe you lower the head, lower the chin toward the heart. And then to the count of 8, slowly start to release and bring the palms in toward the body again. If there's jerkiness in the movement, slow down even more. And let go. Take a breath. Can you melt and soften across the chest and the back, the tops of the shoulders, the upper arms? Is there anything that's holding that you can let go of? Keep breathing. It's the pauses in between the movements where the transformation happens. So now we'll alternate between those two. So bring the hands into that diamond shape again at the low back. Move forward on the chair enough that you can bring the elbows behind you. On an inhale, draw the elbows together. At the same time, bring a little arch into your low back. So a little arch here in the low back. Lift the heart. Maybe open the gaze up toward the ceiling and feel all of the muscles on the back of the body contract. And then exhale to the count of 8. Slowly soften the low back, soften the tension in the shoulders. Come back to neutral. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the hands come down by the sides. Take a breath. Let the arms hang nice and heavy. And then we'll open the palms toward the back of the room and start to rotate the hands out and away like you're pressing the sides of the room away from you. Squeeze the shoulders in toward one another. Feel the chest contract. And then to the count of 8, slowly release. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the arms hang heavy. One last time, diamond shape here. Inhale, little arch in the low back. Squeeze the elbows toward one another. Stretch here across the chest. Maybe the gaze lifts. Contraction here in the back body. And then exhale, slowly release. 5, keep breathing. 3, 2, hands slide out by the sides, arms hang heavy. Take that breath. And then one more. Open the palms toward the back of the room. Rotate them out and away so the thumbs are pointing behind you. The palms are pressing out like you're trying to press the sides of the wall away. Contraction now in the front of the body. Maybe the upper back rounds a little bit and the low back flattens back toward the chair. So lengthening that tail. And then exhale to the count of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Letting the arms be really heavy here. Take that breath. Sit back in your chair for just a moment here. Let the back rest. Let the eyes close. Bring the hands into the lap and allow the shoulders to rest down. Don't worry about your posture. Just find comfort and support in the chair. Notice what's going on inside your body. Notice if there's feelings of release, of regulating, of feeling more grounded. If muscles are twitching, as they're trying to figure out, wait, like let go like this, like this. I imagine that's the conversation going on inside the brain. Notice if there's a difference between your right shoulder and your left, or your right side of your back and your left side of your back. The neck. And then blink the eyes open. Let's give the shoulders one more chance to rest here, and we'll work on the neck for just a moment. So lower your right ear towards your right shoulder, and then squeeze the shoulder up toward the ear. Feel that contraction there in the side of the neck. So this is also pandiculation. May also be some support in the back and shoulder to help lift the shoulder, and then gently lift the head and lower the shoulder at the same time. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The shoulder hang heavy. Rotate the head on the other side. So getting a nice stretch here on the right side of the neck as the left shoulder lifts up toward the left ear, gentle squeeze and contraction here in those muscles. A bit of the levator scapula, and then slowly release the shoulder, lift the head. Now let's take some big shoulder rolls. So maybe you lean forward a little bit for this with the hands in the lap. Circle the shoulders up and back. And then back and forward. And then we'll move on. All right, so scooch forward on your chair again here. A lot of this class we will be kind of perched on the front edge of the chair, which is why it's good to have your non-slip shoes or a mat underneath you. Bring your right hand behind your head and press the hand against the back of the head. Press the head against the back of the hand. So this is that resistance, that PNF we talked about. So bringing in some resistance and bringing everything online, kind of engaging the muscles, noticing where the contractions and the tension are, and then release the resistance and soften. Do that one more time, just so you can feel what that feels like. So being careful of the cervical spine here in the neck. We're not bringing too much pressure in. Just gently press the head back against the hand and allow that hand to provide resistance against the back of the head. Notice which muscles in your shoulder are turning on. And let go. I'm going to take this just a little bit deeper. Bring in that resistance and draw the elbow behind you, arch in the low back, and look up. And then exhale to the count of 5 and soften. Bring the low back into neutral. Let go of the resistance and let the elbow come back forward. Do that one more time. Inhale and exhale. And then on the inhale, bring in the resistance of the head against the hand. Start to arch gently in the low back. Press the elbow behind you and away. And release the hand down by the side. Notice any sensation here from that movement. See if you can soften just a little more. Since I'm looking straight into the camera, I can kind of see that now this shoulder is a bit more relaxed and lower than this shoulder. Bring the hand into the lap. We'll bring the left hand behind the head, press the head into the hand, press the hand against the back of the head, and release. Do that one more time. And now press the head against the hand, provide that resistance, little arch here in the low back, and open that elbow behind the wall, to the wall behind you. Maybe look up. And release. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, provide the resistance, arch in the low back. So not just bringing the shoulders back, but really lifting the spine and arching in the low back. Elbow reaches for the wall behind you, still bringing that resistance against the back of the head. And then slowly softening everything. 5, 4, 3, checking in with that low back, softening back to neutral. 2, 1. Bring the hand down into the lap. Take a breath. Can you relax the shoulders a little more? And now the opposite of rounding the upper back and flattening the low back toward the chair behind you. So leave both feet on the floor. Bring that right hand behind the head again. Don't worry about resistance this time. Just lightly bring the hand to the back of the head. And then as you inhale, start to flatten. Actually, we'll inhale first, sit tall. And then as you exhale, start to flatten the low back towards the chair behind you, round in the upper back, and reach the right elbow toward the left knee. So the belly hollows out, navel pulls in, so you can press that low back towards the chair. And then exhale, slowly release. Come back to neutral. Take a breath. Another inhale. And as you exhale away the breath, hollow out the belly, flatten the low back, round the upper back, and start to reach the elbow towards the opposite knee. Notice here how you're activating all these muscles on the back of the shoulder here, getting nice length and opening. And exhale, release. Bring that hand down into the lap. Let the shoulder rest for a moment. Moving on to the opposite side, bring the left hand behind the head. Take a deep breath in and sit a little taller. And then as you exhale, flatten the low back, round in the upper back, and reach that elbow, almost like you're reaching around a ball that you're holding in your lap. Reach the elbow for the opposite knee. Get lots of length out of that left shoulder. Inhale. Slowly unwind. 3, 2, 1. Sit tall. Relax. Take a deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale, hollow out the belly, press the low back toward the chair, and start to reach the elbow for the opposite knee. Inhale and unwind. Exhale, relax the hand into the lap, sit back against the chair, and breathe. Feeling any tiny movements, any tiny releases in the joints, lengthening in the muscles, some more mobility in your spine, lightness and energy in your body. And just feeling more connected to yourself, more aware of the presence of your body, sitting in a chair in a room, being here right now. The eyes are closed. Blink the eyes open. You can bring the hands across the tops of the knees here, just grounding into the legs and feet. I'm going to move on to goddess squat postures. So again, we'll slide forward onto the seat. Just make sure you have a nice firm connection with your chair. Turn your toes out and away and your heels in. And then we'll start on the left side. So sometimes it helps with somatic movements to start on the side you know you have better range of motion in. For me, with my injury to my right shoulder, it's my left side. If your left side, if you know your left shoulder and back tend to be tighter, then start on your right side. So it just depends for you. I'm going to start on the left. I'm going to press my wrist against the inside of my left knee. So here we're bringing in that PNF, that proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation again. We're providing resistance. So press the wrist lightly into the inside of the knee and press the knee lightly against the wrist. And then notice which muscles in your back are turning on and your shoulder. Maybe let the heart rotate over to the right just a little bit while you have that resistance. And then we'll bring the right hand up high And reach as if you're reaching for opposite corners of the room. Inhale, and as you exhale, start to slide, reaching that hand, the left hand, the bottom hand, down towards your ankle, keeping the resistance of the arm against the knee and the knee against the arm. Feel that length in the opposite side body, the obliques, the low back. And then gently, as if someone has a hold of this hand and is pulling you up and out, lift yourself, keeping the resistance on the arm, up and out. And then release, come back to center. Breathe. Maybe allow a smile to come to your lips, just for your benefit. Maybe a hand to the heart as the body is letting go of tension, connecting more deeply with ourselves, our experience in the present moment. Go ahead and blink the eyes open. This time we'll bring the opposite wrist to the inside of the opposite knee. Bring in that resistance, pressing lightly. Maybe that opens the shoulders just a little bit in the opposite direction. And then reach your opposite hand up and away. So reaching for opposite corners of the room. Maybe the knees come out a little bit wider, and keeping that resistance, slide the bottom fingers down toward the ankle, whatever length you can. It doesn't have to come all the way down to the floor. Just reach and feel the contraction in the lower side of the body and the length and opening in the left side, all the way across the backs of the shoulders as the hands reach away from one another. And then come back up and rest. Breathe. Notice how, as the tension's released in your upper body, the breath gets deeper and moves more easily, bringing that prana, that life force, in to flood your whole body, bringing you in contact with your bliss body. And do that one more time on both sides. So if the eyes are closed, go ahead and blink them open. Walk the legs out just a little bit, the feet out a little bit wider. Starting again on that left side, bring in the resistance. Reach the opposite hand away. Maybe rotate the heart open here towards the right, just a little if the hand is on the left. And then on the exhale, start to slide that bottom hand down, reaching for the ankle, reaching toward the floor. Opposite hand reaches in the opposite direction. And now this time, turn the head, look down at your bottom hand. Turn the neck as much as you can. Keep that resistance on the bottom arm. Inhale gently, turn the head, look up at your top hand. Down at your bottom hand. And up at the top hand. And then as if someone has a hold of those top fingers, start to pull yourself up and out, giving as much length as you can in that right side body as you lift. And release. Take a couple breaths. It takes a lot of focus and concentration. When we're moving this slowly, we're being really intentional about our movements. So let the mind rest. Let the body rest. Give the nervous system a chance to make changes, to process, to notice what's happening. It's everything's so connected. It's a million tiny pieces that are connecting to make all of this work with every movement. And then we'll move back to the right side. So bring those feet back out wide, toes point out, heels point in. This time the right wrist comes to the inside of the right knee. Press and open. Take a breath. And then reach that opposite hand high as the right hand slides down toward the heel. Keep breathing, keep that resistance, keep reaching, keep that tension. Look up, look down. Squeeze the chin toward the shoulder as you look down. Slowly release, look up, and look down. And then start to lift those top fingers, coming out very slowly. Sit back in your seat. Take a nice breath. Soften the low back, soften the shoulders. Breathe. All right, blinking the eyes open. I'm going to move into what's called Z-sit. So come forward to the front of your chair again. We're going to work on hips a little bit. Start to turn your body to one side. The knees will naturally turn as well. Make sure that that back hip is firmly connected to the seat. You can always reach a hand here or here to hold on. Let the front knee drop down toward the floor. Back heel comes up and you're kind of balancing on your toes, but keep this foot firmly resting on the floor for support. Drop that knee, feel a nice stretch here through the front of your quadricep, your hip flexor. Toes press into the floor, bringing a little bit of resistance here into that muscle. And then keep turning the head, keep the heart forward. Keep turning the head and look over the left shoulder. And then come back to center. I'm going to rotate in the opposite direction, so maybe hands on the chair here for support. This time drop the opposite knee down towards the floor, press the toes into the floor, bringing in that resistance as you press the knee behind you. Keep the heart forward. You can bring the fingers underneath the chin if that helps. Just turn the head as much as you can over towards that right shoulder. Continue moving your eyes all the way to the right. And then slowly bring the eyes forward and bring the gaze forward, and then bring the whole body forward. Take a breath. Do that again, moving in the opposite direction. Dropping the front knee, finding that support in the chair. Let's bring the front hand to that opposite knee. And this time turn the heart, so turn the shoulders, everything as much as you can, getting this nice deep stretch in the spine, nice deep twist. Keep turning the gaze back over towards that shoulder. Eyes go all the way to the left. And then eyes come forward over the nose. And then we slowly unwind everything back to center. Take a breath. Move in the opposite direction. Get nice and stable first. Drop that front knee. And then bring the front hand to the opposite knee so that you can rotate the heart. Other hand can come here on the chair for support to help rotate. Turn the gaze back towards the shoulder and then all the way to the right. And then rotate the eyes back over the nose. And then rotate the head, the shoulders, and come all the way back forward. Take a breath. Do this one more time, rotating in the opposite direction. Bring that hand to the opposite knee. Turn all the way around. Look all the way to the left, but turn the eyes to the right. And then rotate the head, bringing the eyes forward and look over your right shoulder. Rotate the eyes to the left. So the eyes are going in the opposite direction of the head. And then bring the eyes over the nose. Bring the shoulders forward, come back to center. Take a breath. Rotate to the opposite side. Hand to opposite knee. Bring in that twist. Eyes go all the way to the right. And then all the way to the left. So head's turning to the right, eyes are going to the left. And then bring the gaze, or bring the head over to the left. Bring the gaze over to the right. Then back over the nose. And then all the way back to center. Settle back in your seat. Breathe. Feel the feet on the floor. Feel the seat underneath you. Feel the air on your skin. And feel the breath moving in and out of the body. Soften the hands down into the lap. Let the upper body relax against the chair. And just breathe for a few moments. Bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. Offer gratitude for your practice, gratitude for our teachers who've come before us, who've showed us the way, and gratitude to yourself for taking time out of a busy day for self-care. Recall to mind everyone you come in contact with who will benefit from your practice and your time here this morning. May they be healthy. May they be safe. May they be loved. And may they be at peace. And for yourself, may I be healthy. May I be loved. May I be safe. And may I be at peace. Bring the hands together at heart center. Let the thumbs press against the heart. Take a deep breath in through the nose and sit a little taller. Exhale, soften back into your chair. Inhale, sit a little taller. Exhale, soften and release. Thank you for sharing your practice and your presence today. Namaste.